Welcome all, Jawahar. Today let us see what is transparency and why transparency is needed. Transparency is very important because unless there is a transparency, the accountability will not come in. So it's a two sides of a single coin. Unless there is a transparency, the accountability of the administration will not come up. Let us see what is the role played by an information in a democratic country. In a welfare state, in a democratic country, the power is vested with the people. Naturally, the people must be vested with the information. Information is power. When people are armed with this information, they will be able to take an informed decision. And informed decision making is very important. Eternal vigilance is the price that we pay for democracy. It is true with regard to the information also. So where the government is ready to give you the information, where the government voluntarily makes disclosure of the information, then it becomes easy for the individual to analyze and find out where we are, what we are, and how we are doing it. Today it is very, very easy for the government to put up the data on their website. For instance, if there is a debtor being processed, the government can put up the details of what is the qualification. Once it is over, the same details can be put up on the notice board, or it should be put up on the website, so that everybody from their mobile phone itself, smartphone itself, because today access to those information. The first point of good governance is transparency. With the advent of the RTA, it has become a legislative process where you are entitled to get the information that you want. That is the RTA. I'm not talking about the RTA. I'm not talking about the citizen charter, because they are all making already the citizen empowered. But how about the voluntary disclosure of information? That is very, very essential. Similarly, when the government is coming out with schemes, it should come out very clearly as to what are the eligibility criteria. If those eligibility criteria are followed or not, it is for the social audit to take place. General public must be able to understand. Suppose there is a housing scheme in a village, we will find out who are the beneficiaries being given. So it gives what is called transparency. And when the transparency is there, people will be able to make the government accountable. This is very, very important, how the transparency gets people empowered, and they can question people in authority. There is always known as a tendency to hold the information in their hold, either by the bureaucracy or by the political establishment. Political dispensation may not like, but in a government, in a democracy, in a welfare state, it is a must that they should divulge those information to the people. People who are the part of the good governance must also take them into consideration and question the government. The questioning the government doesn't mean criticizing the government. It doesn't mean that stopping the government from doing its job. Not from, kind of threatening the officers, but it is other way around. It should be done in a positive manner. Where major decisions are being taken by the government, that should be disclosed to the public. At the same time, in a transparency, there is a danger also. For example, a bureaucrat, a senior level bureaucrat, makes a note in a particular file with regard to, say, for giving a tender, not granting a tender to a particular company, or say there is a mafia which is involved, they may be, if the information is leaked out to them, they may likely to threaten the officer with various, undesirable activities they indulge in. This will definitely discourage what is known as the disclosure of information. So transparency must be also ensured. Where there is a public threat, then the government should not disclose them. And where there is what is known as the individual privacy is being violated, in such a cases, information should not be given out. For example, we are all aware that there are a number of cases being filed under POCSO Act, under women or under stress. Similarly, when there are witnesses, key witnesses are there, if an inquiry takes place and the details of witnesses are leaked out either by the press or by the investigating agency, what happens to the individual? The individual's life is threatened, and the police cannot safeguard them 24 hours. So this is a kind of an unnecessary mental torture being given to a witness. So witness protection comes in where there is a transparency can be withheld. Then it becomes the government should be prudent enough as to what are the information that should be given to the people. So the transparency here, it denotes where there is no national security involved, where there is no public law and order will be violated, when there is no individual privacy gets violated. In such cases, the government can always withhold the information because that is prudent enough for the government to do it. Where in normal other circumstances, particularly like schemes, where the beneficiaries are there, or it is with regard to the appointment of high positions, because we need a skilled person, we need a qualified person, and we need a person who knows, who understands the society, who understands the governance, who will be able to deliver the goods. If in such cases the government already prescribes the qualification, proper advertisement should be given to them so that proper people should apply, and the government, once it finalizes such appointment, it should be known to the public. When it is known to the public, just not merely by the names, how they select, but it also very important at times the process, the way in which it has been processed also should be known to the people. A voter is just not meant merely a voting machine, but he has the right to get the information. He has the right to get a transparent administration. Once the transparency is there, the information flows, he will be able to, in a right manner, he will be able to question. And this will actually empower the people. Because every bureaucrat, every political dispensation is supposed to follow rule of law. There is a rule of law. Then they need to follow what is the procedure laid down in the law. That whether it is being followed or not can be found out only through this process. The natural justice is very important because natural justice principles are being followed, rule of law is being followed, then there is a transparency, and this transparency will usher in what we call an era of accountability. Till I meet you in yet another video, this is your Jawahar signing off. Bye-bye.